Hello, hello. Okay, the usual. Gonna just check that you can hear me okay. I'm gonna make sure that I'm on the right microphone just to be sure because that will be a travesty. That would be a travesty if I'm not. Right, bear with me. Okay. Okay, perfect. Lovely. Well, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're tuning in from. Welcome to Soft CEO Launches. This masterclass is honestly gonna blow your mind. It is. It's like we're gonna be going through quite a bit here. We're gonna go through what to do before, during, and after your launch to have time flexibility, even in a big launch phase. How to craft my signature offer launch dashboard and tailor it to your own business, which takes like 80% of the work out of every live launch you run. We're going to be covering mind blowing insights on the difference between a streamlined live launch versus a regular low key draining live launch, and what strategy to use after your launch as well to make your next launch easier, bigger, and better every single time. So welcome, welcome. Come on in. How are we doing? Drop like give me like 1 to 3 words in the chat to let me know how you're feeling. And if you're in the replay as well, drop them in the comments. And what are we feeling about this topic? Like, have you experienced a launch in the past where you were like, sweet mother of God, goodness gracious me, that was a lot? Or are you like, okay, never quite heard of approaching a launch with the soft CEO approach. So, what does that even look like? Is it like an open minded thing, or are you like, holy crap, I need this? Let me know in the chat. So, I'm going to be guiding you through the strategy that I use around my launches, like I said, so that your next launch is 10 times easier than your last launch. And you get to have soft CEO launches, hence the name of this masterclass. So by the end of the masterclass, you're going to know how to have the time of your life during launches because it's no longer ridiculously overwhelming. You're going to be able to turn what's usually your highest workload phase into a simple, easy, organized process. You're going to have more time to actually sell your offer and naturally bank more cash as a result. Hell fucking yes. And you're going to be energized and not depleted once your offer actually starts. Which, I mean, have you ever experienced that when you've gone through a launch and the launch exhausted the crap out of you, and then you went to start the offer and you're like, I'm actually sick of this offer because I just spent all of my energy in the launch. Okay, so we'll be diving in just a sec, but before we do, I'm going to announce the winner of the giveaway. This was the giveaway related to sharing about the masterclass on your stories. And before I announce who has won, I'm going to let you know what the prize is. So this person is winning an exclusive Work Smart package. I actually have butterflies just saying this. So you're going to get 6 months inside my new upgraded membership, Work Smart Academy, and a full week of VIP Telegram, which is close proximity with me. And if you add up like everything you're actually getting access to with that, it's literally thousands worth. And I am, oh my God, I'm so excited to announce that the winner is, wait, what can I do? Like a Victoria. That's victoria.socials on Instagram. So congratulations, Victoria. If you want to claim your prize, you can DM me on Instagram by this Friday so we can get you all set up. And let's celebrate Victoria in the chat because I am absolutely buzzing about this. Okay, let me just take a minute. Let me take a drink and then we'll dive right in. Okay. Why do you need to streamline your launches instead of launching the regular way? I want to go into the why here because I know a lot of people, when I say the word systems, they instantly go, ugh. It's like, boring. Like, I completely get it. And to an extent, yeah, you're not wrong. Like, it is boring. But what it opens up for you is a whole new world of magic and a whole Oh, much more incredible way to run a business because you actually have time and space around you. So, when I say the regular way of launching, I mean doing tasks as you have to do them and not based on the more streamlined method that I'll be bringing you through today. And essentially, what it means is just not having the supportive systems. What tends to happen to people, and drop a one in the chat. Thanks, Kimberly. Hey, how are you? Um, Drop a one in the chat if any of these resonate with you, okay? First of all, you don't you don't go all out in your launches because you're afraid of working so hard that you'll get overwhelmed or you'll burn out. Or yes, Victoria. Slay. Okay. Yeah, I know. I'm absolutely buzzing. Like I'm literally sweating for you in the best way possible. Yes. So yeah, a one in the chat if any of these resonate. So you don't go all out because you're afraid of burning out, or alternatively, you do go all out in your launches and you do get overwhelmed or burn out, or the thought of launching feels heavy and it's like a tightness in your chest and you're honestly tired even just thinking about it. And to be fucking honest, it stresses you out. And then when you're in that energy, showing up as your best, most magnetic self during your launch literally feels impossible. And then another thing that can happen is you don't hit your revenue goal because there was so much organizing and admin to do that you didn't get to sell it as much as you wanted to your email list, your Instagram stories, your Facebook group, like your free Telegram broadcast, whatever it is. You didn't sell it as much, and therefore that shows in your income for the month. And it was supposed to be like, yeah, Joe says tired just thinking about it. Honestly, so fair. I I had many launches where this was the case. So we're gonna fix that today. Honestly, the consequences of being an overworked or overwhelmed business owner are endless, and it will slow down your progress because it slows down how quickly you get things done. And when I say that, something that's coming up for me is like, what I'm not telling you to do alternatively is like work extra hard and work extra fast to get through the to-do list. Like that's actually not what I'm talking about here. Ooh, okay. Gearing up for one launch and dread, unsure, overwhelmed, and I'm just getting started. Fair. Yep, that's me. I'm wanting to expand the launch more, but I've no clue where to start with systems, etc. Okay. Honestly, perfect. You're in the right place. So, when you get that stressy, like, launch feeling, that like we're explaining in the chat here, that tightness in your chest, you're like, oh, I'm exhausted just thinking about it. And it's a bit, ugh. That's not the lifestyle that you got into this business for. And I tend to attract people who are quite similar to me. And if you're anything like me, you probably got into this business because you've got a burning fire of ambition in your soul. Like it's just like you can't fight it. And you desire a freedom lifestyle where you're not limited by the typical constraints of location, of money, of time. Obviously, I have a lot of my dealings with time because the more time we create, the more money we can create, and the more money we can create, you know, we can get ourselves to whatever location we desire to be in, and it all kind of works together. Like, oh, you want to go work in Bali for 3 months? Cool, well, you can go do that. Like that's the kind of life I want to live. I want to be like, you know what? I feel like going to Paris next week for the week just to work there instead of working in Ireland and just being able to do that. Like that is the dream to me. And I know a lot of people in my world are the same. The past 2 years, I've gone to Spain for a whole month in April. I'm doing it again this year. Can't wait. But like that's how I'm designing my life. And I know a lot of the people in my world are quite the same. So when it comes to your launch tasks probably include, and this is including but not limited to, okay, you got to map out your paid offer. You got to map out your paid offer bonuses. You got to do an ideal client brainstorm, map out trainings for the paid offer, fully script the trainings, write sales copy for your sales page, create your branding for the offer, set up the sales page, make sure it all works, set up the automated email for when they join, mapping out the pre-launch content plan, the launch event ideas, you're deciding the launch name, the tagline, doing free event trainings. Like, I'm even getting overwhelmed just saying this. But then there's a lot of admin that goes into that as well. The landing page, the thank you page, the branding, and this is for the free offer. The automated email sequence, the Facebook group for the free offer if there is one, scheduling the event on Zoom or whatever. Maybe it's setting up Facebook ads. Like, I'm not gonna lie, guys, there's actually a much longer list that I have in my notes here, but I think you get the point. I think you get the point. I could go on. There tend to be a lot of moving pieces, and I would like to know, even as I'm saying this, what is coming up for you? Is it that feeling of shit, yeah, I'm getting that tightness in my chest that you spoke about. Thanks for that, Kate. Or are you like, yeah, I'm aware, but I've got this because I put 40 hours a week aside for the next month to prepare for this? Or are you like, you know what, this is my favorite part of having a business. I'm obsessed, can't stop me. Like, we're all gonna be in different places. For me personally, this always felt like such a gradual build up. So I genuinely was tired before the launch even started because there's this energy output, this creative output going into all of the prep work. And then the actual launch event is this massive energy output as well. And then, like I said at the start, by the time the offer started, I was like, oh my God, I'm sick of this offer. I'm exhausted by by the launch itself. Is that what I started this business for? Absolutely fucking not. Like, I did not plan on feeling like that. So my question for you is, what if a lot of these launch tasks could basically do themselves? And I'm going to give you a few examples here, right? This one, I wish more people just realized. I used to set up Facebook ads for all of my live events, like all of my free masterclasses, free boot camps, and stuff. This used to take me 3 hours. 3 hours just to get the Facebook ad up and running. Because honestly, Mr. Zucky, like, I could say some stuff, but Facebook was never really meant to be meant to have an ads manager in it. So it's a really clunky user experience, and it, for me personally, anyway, it's confusing as fuck. So I would get stuck at multiple steps, and then one day last spring or summer, I decided to create an SOP for myself so that I could follow it the next time I was setting up a Facebook ad, because why would I leave it up to why would I force myself to go through the confusion of like every single step every single time when I do have a process to follow? I just would have forgotten it by then. So the next time I used it, do you know how long it actually took me to set up the ad? 30 minutes. 30 sweet, sweet minutes. That's it. Because I didn't have to get confused loads and loads of times throughout. I just read the next step, did it, read the next step, did it, and so on and so on. Kimberly. Kimberly says it's a clusterfuck. You are so right. It is an absolute clusterfuck. Like, I it's beneficial, but my God, I wish it was an easier user experience. But anyway, it is what it is. We can control what we can control. Which, from where I'm sitting, I'm like, SOPs and checklists. Cool. Um, People often think, but aren't SOPs and checklists and stuff just for when you're outsourcing? And they usually are. But even if you know the task, even if you've done it before, even if you've done it multiple times before, it's still quicker to follow an SOP, which is really interesting. Like, it used to be like me uploading a YouTube video, like there's certain little admin things you have to do. It used to be like, read this next step, process the next step. I mean, in the back end of YouTube, be like, read the next step, process the next step in my mind. Okay, think, okay, where do I have to find that thumbnail? Okay, go open up Canva, finding thumbnail. Oh, wait, I didn't finish the thumbnail. Okay, anyway, it's just like, even if I've done it before, it would take longer than it needs to take. But having an SOP, it just like completely tightens that up, and you gain so many pockets of time back. Another example here, and this is one that you probably have done, potentially have done more than Facebook ads, is setting up a Facebook group. This is something that should be so simple. There shouldn't really be any reason that this was taking me a whole hour to do in the past. But it was just all the moving pieces and group description and membership questions and setting up group rules and all this stuff. All of these little micro decisions to make that are important, but not important enough to spend a whole hour on every time I set up a Facebook group. So fast forward to now, it takes me 15 minutes or less to set up a brand new Facebook group because I've already got a group description template written out. I've got membership questions pre-written, group rules done. It's all done. I just have to put the puzzle pieces in place. That was a tongue twister. Just put the puzzle, you know? So, you see what I mean here, where these seemingly insignificant tasks take up way more time than you expect them to because you have to stop yourself in your tracks and write a group description, or you have to make decisions, or you're confused about the next step, or whatever it is. Like all of these pieces slow us down and they create an opening for resistance to seep in, for self sabotage to seep in. And that's when we start finding ourselves on a different tab. That's when we find ourselves lifting up our phone and opening up TikTok, then switching over to Instagram, then switching over to Pinterest, and switching over to emails, and like completing that cycle over and over. Guilty, but it happens. But what we want to reduce is those chances for those opportunities for those little distractions to seep in. SOPs massively reduce those chances. Also, when I say self sabotage, I really mean this on the micro scale. So, taking 3 hours, if you think about it, taking 3 hours on a Facebook ad instead of 30 minutes is actually a form of self sabotage because I could use that extra 2.5 hours now to create an entire reel series or map out the training and the bonuses they're going to get at a free event, or anything that has more impact than me faffing about in the back end of Facebook Ads Manager for the exact same result. See what I mean here? You see how things like this could be really putting a cap on your launch and keeping you busy when you simply do not need to be. So, here's where I'm actually really excited to share this part with you. I'm going to talk to you about the offer launch dashboard. This is the one thing that makes your launches 10 times easier every single time. The offer launch dashboard. Those of you who are in the VIP upgrade for Master Plan a couple months ago, you know all about this. What it is a full project dashboard. I do mine on Asana, but you could easily do Google Docs, Notion, whatever suits you. But the dashboard includes every single task that you need to do to launch a particular offer. And the way I prefer to do it is because my offer suite has two main signature offers. I have basically one project dashboard for each. So I have one for Streamline Coach, which is my signature group program, and I have one for Work Smart Academy, my lower ticket membership. And even if just sitting down to write the launch to-do list, or not even if, but even just sitting down to write the launch to-do list takes some time because there's a lot of moving pieces you got to think of. You got like, oh, I have to create the landing page, write that down. Set up the email automation, write that down. Oh, the branding, and insert the other like 50 plus tasks here. Once you have all the tasks mapped out in your project launch, in your offer launch dashboard, you get to take this shit up a notch. So you're going to add in a system or a work smart hack, whatever you want to call it, for each of the tasks inside that offer launch dashboard. And I know I'd love to know how that feels for you before I say this next piece. Is that like, okay, that sounds like a lot. Thanks. Or, what's coming up for you? But essentially all it is adding in anything that makes the task take less time. Based on the examples I gave a few minutes ago, like, oh, you're creating the offer branding. Well, inside that part of that task in the offer launch dashboard, there's going to be a link to the exact Canva where the branding lives. So you know what I mean? So rather than you opening up Canva and scrolling and trying to find like where do I do this again? It's just like linked right there. It's quick, no wasting time. It's just like boom. Okay, we're there. Okay, now we're moving things around. Creating the landing page. You could have an SOP for creating a sales page or a landing page. You could have link to your social proof. Maybe you have a Google Drive folder and you link it inside there. Maybe you have the link to any graphics that you want to put on the landing page. Like even just micro product mock-ups and stuff like that are part of the offer. You could have them all linked in there. Set up your automated email. Okay, you could have an SOP for that. You could have a template bank that includes the appropriate email to that type of offer. And these are going to be different based on whether it's a free masterclass or whether it's a high ticket mastermind or anything in between, of course. You're essentially going to cut out the middleman in as many stages as you can. So even inside the SOP for setting up a landing page, for example, by the way, you are getting a version of this that I'm gonna walk you through in a sec. And you're getting that just included in the masterclass. So yeah, we love it. But you're essentially gonna, so inside the SOP for the landing page, you're not gonna create new landing page from scratch. Or you're not gonna, you're just gonna duplicate a similar style of landing page. So you're gonna say, duplicate this page. So rather than you going in and starting to create a landing page, you're not going like create new landing page and then like do all of the pieces from scratch. You're going to duplicate something that's already done. Yeah, it's done for a different offer, but it already has your fonts. It usually has the kind of colors you want to use. It usually has the right layout and things are all in the right place. 80% of the work is done. So it's like, okay, things get to be a little bit calmer. They get to be easier. You're going to link your social proof folder inside the SOP as well. So the next time you're on that step, you can be following the SOP and you don't need to go looking for wherever the hell you put your social proof. Or God forbid, you're scrolling through your screenshots on your phone, like trying to find where people were singing your praises. No, it's all there. It's all there. It's all linked and you go straight to it. So just taking a step back from this, can't you just see how if each of these systems is making it quicker to complete each task it's linked to, you could save yourself weeks of high intensity work leading up to and during your launch. Who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want that? And it's usually like the crappy work. It's usually like the admin stuff that's just taken more time than you ever expected it to take. That's taken away from you being in your zone of genius and like in creation mode and in flow mode. Like, so I believe on YouTube Live, I can share my screen. But I'm gonna firstly, have to open up my Asana and open up the right project. Here we go. All right, now, how the hell do I do this again? All right, pop this over here. Bear with me now. Okay. So just give me like a 1 in the chat if you can see this. You should be able to see SCL offer launch dashboard, and there's a couple of tasks in there. And while you're letting me know, I'm also going to copy the link for you to download this as well. Or did I say copy? I'm going to paste it. Yeah, you got a 1. Okay, perfect. So I will just say this is a light version of the dashboard I gave in Streamline Coach. I really want you to get started and attach some of the done for you resources to have a look in there, because you can absolutely use these for yourself. That's what I'm giving it to you for. But frankly, the full offer launch dashboard alone is worth like hundreds on its own because of how much time it can save you. But you still get to benefit from it to put certain ones into place in your own business. And you'll see just how it makes your launches so much easier. So you're not going around with like scrambly egg brain. Now, before I do dive in, I just want to explain as well, the link I'm giving you is a link to a file on Google Drive, and it's a CSV file. So you download the CSV file and you can upload the CSV file into either Asana, Notion, I think even like Google Sheets or things like that. I mean, I wouldn't really recommend Google Sheets, but any task manager, Asana, Notion, what's another one? Like Monday.com, Trello, any of those, well, whatever one that you prefer to use. My number one has always been Asana. Um, and when you upload it as a CSV, it'll show up as it's supposed to show up. So if you uploaded it into Asana, you would see what we're looking at here. Okay. So make this a little bigger. So there are different sections here. I'll actually close each of the sections. There's actually quite a lot in this. And this is the light version. Um, okay. So you got visibility stuff. You know, around 3 months, maybe more before your big launch, you want to make sure that you've got a plan in place to be in front of a shit ton of people so that you're getting out there, you're reaching your ideal clients, and you're like not just preaching about your offer when the launch comes to crickets. So definitely want to get some visibility stuff in here. So let's have a look at this. You got choose your visibility strategy, and here are some ideas in here. See, this is how I just want to put options and ideas and reduce the time. What's the word? Like reduce the time heaviness of every single step. So some ideas here. Reach out to podcast hosts, creators, or container hosts, and there will be like scripts in here, email scripts and everything to again make it easier on you. Let me just check my notes here. Okay. Offer planning and some creation. Have a look at all this, like decide your paid offer bonuses. Again, you've got loads of ideas there. Ideal client brainstorm. You're going to have a checklist here. Map out trainings for paid offer. Map out VIP upsell for paid offer. So even just see how I'm including the checklist and it's embedded in the description of this task. So you see, like it's like imagine using this description area to house all of the systems that are going to make the task way quicker or way easier, or even a way to have it completely come off your plate. Like maybe it's even an automation. And all of this is literally free. I don't just mean like I'm giving this to you for free, but setting things like this up is free. And that's what I'm all about. Like that's how I've reduced my working hours from 80-hour weeks to 20-hour weeks that they are now. And the same goes for my clients. Like this is really powerful stuff. Let's go further here. So obviously you've got this checklist. Write sales copy for a sales page, create paid offer training, and you would link the different branding pieces from Canva. So you got like, this is the link to the email banner. This is the link to the story graphics. This is the link to the slides graphics or the Instagram size graphics or whatever it is. Set up your potent sales page. Oh, look, SOP. Well, this one isn't actually linked, but an idea for what would be in there, your SOP for setting up a sales page. And this is a really important point, tailored to the software that you use. There's no point in me creating an SOP saying, like, this is the SOP to set up a sales page, just generally, because what even is that? Like, you can't actually apply that. One person could be using Thrivecart, another person could be using WordPress, another person could be using Podia. It's going to be completely different depending on what software you use. So it wouldn't make sense. And an SOP that isn't tailored to the specific software you use is not going to be useful, because you're not going to have like click here and add this and click and duplicate this on this page. Like you want to be able to include those things. So the more specific, the better. Launch planning. Map out pre-launch content plan. Maybe you've even got like a general content plan that you've got in there with like your different content pillars or whatever. Map out free launch event ideas, another checklist in there for you. Decide launch event name and tagline. Brainstorm free event transformation. So it's like, oh, if the client goes through whatever the free event name is and is a star student and takes action on all action steps, they will receive this result. And this isn't necessarily for you to be copying and pasting this into your messaging, but it's something for you to be aware of so that you're really clear on the transformation. Map out free event trainings, create free event email sequence. Oh, and then you would have like a welcome email template bank, like I mentioned, free event branding, similar to before, tech setup stage. So this again is like you want to tailor things to your softwares, but also create events they can add to their calendar. I did actually include the SOP for creating a new event in Add Event. I recommend Add Event because it actually sends out reminder emails automatically. So when they sign up through, I actually completely forgot it did this, and I sent out reminder emails for this masterclass. But like this is the thing, like I could have just not. But I was in work yesterday in the gym and I was like, I want to send out snazzy ones. So anyway, I did actually forget that they send that they send out automated ones. Um, Create free event Facebook group. Okay, look, I'm actually giving you the SOP that I use for setting up a new Facebook group. So share this dead. Literally everything, all of it. This is you know? So if you go to set up a new Facebook group, you're going to go here, and this link is just facebook.com/groups/feed. That's where you go to actually create a new Facebook group. Um, you name the group, and I've just got guidelines here. Like, this is how I like to do it. Choose private for the privacy setting, visible for the next setting, create, do not invite friends. Like, all of these things, these will be micro decisions that are taking up your capacity unnecessarily. Unnecessarily. And set up group settings and like this. And oh, did I actually? Oh, this is actually my one. So feel free. Maybe I'll remove that link, but feel free to have a look at that. Um, Under manage membership, edit it, blah, 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 blah. Basically, you've got like everything you need to set up a Facebook group, and it's going to be super quick. Maybe I need to. Yeah, these are whatever. Obviously, there's like certain things that are more tailored to my business, and it's just to show you how it works. But you know, it's what it is. Okay, back here. So paid offer Facebook group, same vibe. Email onboarding sequence. Like I could go on and on and on. Like, oh, I left this in for you. Interesting. Set up free event thank you page at one time offer. Boom, boom, boom. Like, we still have loads left. Like, I'm in banners, and you're gonna link the I'm in banner templates. Okay, maybe it's not even like, maybe I shouldn't even go through all of this, but like, just having a look at all of these things, even making test purchases. Do you ever get when you're like, okay, I'm gonna do a test purchase, and then you're like, how do I actually what? Because I'm logged into the back end of my website. So like, how do I do that? What email should I use? Like, all of these things again, just taking time away from your precious life, from your precious launch. Like I'm launching right now, and I had a nap this morning at like 10:30 in the morning. And I have, what was I doing? I was dancing to Wicked this morning too. Like it's been a very spacious launch. Yesterday I was posting about how I literally don't even feel like I'm in launch right now because my schedule is just normal. Like, it used to be, like I mentioned at the beginning, like, go, go, go. I would literally be working my sweet lily white cheeks off for 6 to 8 weeks, and I would have to make the intentional decision. Okay, if I'm launching this thing, I'm basically gonna have to disappear for the next 6 to 8 weeks, and I'm gonna have to be really absent with my loved ones, my family. I'm gonna have to skip loads of gym sessions, and like, I've never been so consistent with my workouts. I'm doing like 3 gym sessions a week, 2 runs, 3 walks. Like, it's the most balanced shit I've ever done. It's just wild, you know? And it's all because of systems. So you can basically see, oh, here's another checklist for you. Checklist for opening pre-sale. So you're going to update your Instagram bio, Facebook bio, Threads bio, da 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 da, pin posts, posting the link here, there, and everywhere. Where are we? We got early bird phase, letting people into the Facebook group, little things like that. Go live with your hype event intro video. Use this onboarding video script template. Like, it's all so much easier. Yeah, Kimberly, this is going to be super helpful. You're right. Like, need I remind you, this is literally the light version. um, Reminder templates, pre-call checklist, price change checklist. You know, oh, if you're changing the price, so you're going from like pre-sale to early bird, or you're going early bird to full price, or the price is just going up for this offer, these are the places that you want to change the price. Like, you know, and obviously you would tailor this to the software that you use. Oh, wait, sorry. Here. You would tailor this to the software that you use. Okay. Back over here. Where are we? Free event schedule in the Facebook group. Maybe you would want to have like a graphic template for that. Launch phase, increase the full price, and more promo emails, map out trainings for blah, 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 blah. You know, during program, script trainings, host live trainings, host Q&A sessions. After program, hold an offer refinement brainstorm session. This is what I did for a Streamline Coach. And this round of Streamline Coach is like, oh my God. So it's upgraded so much since I ran it only a few months ago. Okay, so that's the end of that, as in like the offer launch dashboard. That's what I wanted to show you there. Can you like imagine having that in place for your signature offers and you're like, literally most of the work is done. Most of the work is done. I don't even have to think, how should I write this SOP? Like, it's, oh my God. Now, the interesting thing is no one system seems like it's life-changing. Because one system on its own probably isn't. If I say the SOP for, or even like the price change checklist, is that on its own going to change your life and how your business runs? No, probably not. But it compounds if you have systems for each of the tasks that you're repeating all the damn time. It's going to be so much easier. I could unload the list from my head. So freeing. Yeah, it's so freeing. Like, obviously, with the one system versus a bed of systems, one system, yeah, it is going to take some of the load off and it's going to ease it a little bit. But imagine if all of your busy work, kind of like the busy kind of tasks that you do in a launch every single time, even just took half the time that they do now. How much space would that create for you? And how much more fun would it be to launch your sexy offer that's been on your heart? Would you be able to be way more present and way more grounded? Like, I know for me, I used to not have time during my launches to work on my mindset and to do like the energy work and do the tapping. Like, I'm having at least an hour every day at the moment of mindset work. Like, at least it's usually closer to 90 minutes. And that tends to be the way it goes. And then when you have more space, you get more inspired ideas on how to sell the offer, how to talk about your offer, ways to word things, and what pieces to touch on, because you're not over here drowning in your masculine. You're actually getting a chance to be in your feminine. It's making you a hell of a lot more magnetic. And it's literally giving soft CEO launches. It's giving soft CEO launches. Like, there's really no reason why your next launch should be anywhere near as stressful or as work heavy as your last one because of things like this. So now if your launches are, in the future, if your launches are just as overwhelming, and I say this with so much love, but it is based on a choice made by you. Nobody can come after you for not knowing this information anymore, but you know now. But knowing it alone is still not going to do anything for you. Now it's implementation. And this is why I include so many done for you resources in Streamline Coach, because I want to shorten the amount of time it takes for my clients to have that freedom, have that flexibility in their schedules. But again, the reason you hear horror stories, or maybe you've lived it, or maybe you're living it right now, about launches being crazy stressful and people working all hours of the day and getting their teams to work overtime, is because the time things take isn't accounted for. And therefore, they end up with a workload much larger than the amount of time actually available to cover it. It's like trying to fit a big coffee mug inside a little espresso cup. There's more work to be done than there is time to do it. And that's, first of all, a really not fun way to do things. And it's a result of a lack of planning and time blindness, which I, for one, definitely have, and a lack of systems to take the brunt of the busy work. Yeah, Kimberly, it would be self-inflicted. Yeah, exactly. So I've spoken to you about the offer launch dashboard, which is a big piece for mainly before and during the launch. But now I want to talk to you about what you can do during and after the launch to make sure your next launch is 10 times easier. I know. How am I not done? And I'm not going to spend too much time on this piece because that's not my style, as you know, but I still want to mention it. My clients potentially know what's coming here. And you know what? Good. Then I've done my job right. I want to absolutely drill this into your brain. Bank everything. This is for my girlies who have signature repeatable offers. I understand you want to inject new life into your offer next time. I do 100% get that. But honestly, don't you dare start everything from scratch again, or I will literally haunt you in the night. Okay, so what I mean by everything is emails selling your offer. The results driven emails, the emails that cater to different buyer types, the emotion driven emails, story based emails, emails about the offer's features, all of them, bank them. Bank them for next time. Your messaging, all of the ways you talk about your offer, bank it for next time. The emails or the posts that you put out to clients of that offer when you run it, like reminding them of calls, reminding to submit questions in the Q&A form, the homework prompts that you provide, bank all of it. Everything you typed up either in the lead up to your launch or while you were running the offer, bank it all. Now, I feel like I'm going to go into teacher mode here. Did I say at any point, sorry, the absolute sass that's coming out. Did I say at any point, copy and paste everything and use the exact same version next time? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. People get very tripped up when I tell them to templatize things and to bank things. What I mean is save these things so that next time you're not there staring blankly at an equally blank page. Because that is one surefire way to lose a lot of time and go a little googly eyed. But starting with your previously created version, you will have grown by the next time you launch and run the offer. You have more experience running the offer, so you know how the clients are feeling and what they desire. So you're going to be able to spot bits that can be removed or tweaked or improved. My voice is going, bear with me. My voice is like, girl, relax on the sass. Just shut up for a sec. Okay. If you're spotting gaps in your messaging and stuff like that, then next time your messaging is going to be better, but also a hell of a lot less time consuming. So, how do you effectively bank stuff for your offer? I want you to also create a document called your offer hub and copy whatever you're banking in there and paste it inside it. And to keep things nice and simple, I also recommend adding bookmarks and hyperlink them at the top. So you have like a kind of a table of contents at the top, whichever you're looking to get to for next, or whenever you're looking to get to it for next time, you just click like pre-sale email 1, for example, and it brings you straight to that point in the document. Again, we don't need to be wasting time scrolling and looking for a specific email. You just take that bit out of it. I never know what to templatize or write down versus what not to. I mean, honestly, my gut is saying templatize everything. Like bank everything. Like there on if it's something that you will type out again, bank it. There's not much I would say don't bank this because again, I'm not saying copy and paste it and the next time you use it don't change a single word. Like you're using it as the bit that takes away 80% of the thinking time and 80% of the work, and at least you have something to go off so you're not just like, okay, I'm starting this email from scratch next time again. That's honestly what I would say about that. So this is the crux of it, guys. Can't you see how much easier your next launch is going to be now when you have these pieces in place? So, how is this landing for you? Feel free to drop your thoughts. What's the vibe? What feels like, oh my God, I can't wait to get this in place? Like anything in particular, anything that you're like, I hate this part of launching, or like this little admin task drives me crazy. So let me know. And I'm also going to open up the floor for Q&A. And while those questions are coming in, I have something incredibly exciting to share with you. You may have guessed it at this point. Fair enough. Next week, the next cohort of Streamline Coach is starting. This is my 8-week signature group program. And when I tell you it's built with the over busy coach or online service provider in mind, I mean, oh my God. So there are 8 modules. You've got restructure your hot offer suite, build your well shaped biz back end, seamlessly manage clients, set up your visibility systems, create systems to launch with ease. Because, yes, there is even more that I can give you on launching. Um, and that module obviously includes the full version of the offer launch dashboard, by the way, which is on a whole other level. You got boost your sales through passive income. And those are the existing modules. But then in this next cohort, there are 2 brand new modules as well. So it's your social media managed and simple to run offers. So you've got offer suite stuff, but you've also got offer management, like running the offers. Those are the main modules. And there's also a pre-work training you get instant access to when you join called How to Go from Using 120% of Your Capacity to Just 90, which is an interesting one because people go, ooh, only 90%? But that's just where we got to get to put the other stuff in place. So that's why it's the pre-work. Like I said, it's all very intentionally curated. It is helping to bring back the excitement and replacing the dread. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Um, so another thing you get access to, by the way, and this is a bonus training, is my Spice Up Your Email List on autopilot training, which I released on its own just before Christmas. Like I pre-sold it, and that alone became my best-selling training ever because I literally teach you how to set up the Spice 52 sequence, which is so the whole thing, it's like a full training on my signature method to build the 52-week email nurture sequence in a way that's actually not a pain in the ass. So your email list gets and stays hot. So it's like why your email list is a gold mine on wobbly foundations and how to fix it, how this method serves your current and future email subscribers, what content formats and types to use in your nurture emails, when and when, um, for maximum effectiveness, and the full strategy so that the logistics make sense. And there's also 52 weeks of email fucking prompts in there. I mean, it's unreal. Yeah, the Spice Up training is so good. I have to go back and rewatch it. Honestly, I was watching it yesterday and I was like, yeah, like it's weird. Hosting trainings that are also useful to me is a very strange experience. So I'm like, this is an out of body experience. But anyway, also in Streamline Coach, you get weekly responses to your module specific questions as full mini trainings. So this is my new Q&A method, which I now use in both Streamline Coach and my membership. And the members have been loving it in the membership. And then there's the massive, massive library of done for you resources. Because like I said earlier, I don't want you to just go and create systems for everything you do because I know how fucking time consuming that is. It takes longer to create a system than it does to just do the task once. And that puts a lot of people off. So I'm basically collapsing that time for you with this library of resources. Now, You don't get instant access to all of them, but there's a reason for this. Genuinely, the person who is joining Streamline Coach doesn't need all of that added to their plate all at once. It just wouldn't make sense. But for example, what's included is the full offer launch dashboard. There's also a project dashboard, which is a one-to-one on client onboarding project, a streamlined content system, an offer hub template, tech SOP bundle for creating new offers, email pre-processing SOP, evergreen funnel setup SOP, customer support script bank, offer inquiry response bank, virtual event email template bank for like if you're hosting bundles or summits, things like that, the reminder template bank, the welcome email template bank, running the offer template bank, and a visibility pack. And like I said, you don't get all of them at once because that would be a little much. But they're released alongside the modules that are the most relevant to that resource. So you basically get an integration period to tailor them to your business. And to enhance that integration period, this is actually relevant to what you just said, Toriel. Toriel said, I think one thing I struggle with is taking a resource and making it my own. So that leads me directly into this next piece. I've also added in bi-weekly implementation workshops. So every 2 weeks, we hop on a call where that time is carved out specifically to help you tailor the SOPs and the templates you've gotten access to your business. And I'm right there to help you with the nitty gritty and answer any questions you have while implementing. This is the part where serious progress is made. And there's also a Facebook community as well. So this is why I know for a fact, like, you can't go through Streamline Coach and still be as busy out the other side. I've just dropped the link there, by the way. But you can't, like, it just wouldn't make sense. You can't be as overwhelmed at the end as you are now because all of these systems are supporting you. And I believe business gets to be this magical experience of choosing how we show up and choosing when we show up, not running a business on shoulds. Like, the times where I've been in the worst place in business is when I've been like, oh, I have to do this. But when I'm in the best place, I'm like, oh my God, I'm choosing to do this thing today and it has lightened me up. Like, let's fucking go. And that's how it gets to be when you have more time and more space, which is what this program is designed for. So running a business on I have to ain't the way. It doesn't have to be like that. So Streamline Coach starts next week, and I will say, guys, we're on early bird until Friday only. So at full price, the program is 777, which is still an absolute like no brainer. But until Friday at 5 p.m. GMT, it's only 555. Obviously, you save money by choosing the pay in full option, but there's also a 3-month and an extended 6-month payment plan as well. So I've made it as simple as possible for you. And okay, I'm just going to see if there's any questions here. I'm not actually seeing any at the moment, but feel free to drop them in. I'm going to grab a little sip. Your girl is getting a little dehydrated. The big light in front of me is like making me sweat. So it is what it is. So yeah, if you are frantically typing anything, just drop a little heart or something, so I'll see. And if not, all good. We'll pop off and I'll give you the rest of your afternoon or the rest of your morning to do as you please with. Okay. I'm not seeing any come through, so that's totally fine. So I love yous and leave yous. Have a fantastic rest of your week. I can't wait to see you inside the program if you join. And we're going to spend the next 8 weeks together simplifying all of your business processes in the best fucking way so that it's 10 times easier, just like I showed you in this masterclass. And that was only about launches. And that was on top of the module that we're covering on launches. So always nice seeing you. Check your email. Oh, I will check my email. Thanks. Thanks so much. You're the shizit. Thanks, Kimberly. All right, you guys are amazing. Thanks so much for joining me. I'll chat to you soon. Bye.